Are you dating men who say that they want the same things that you do, but later you find out that is not true? You have become disappointed and you are trying to figure out different ways that you can start having dating success. Let me help you with that. Hi, my name is Erica J. Holston, better known as Coach Honeylove. I help single professional ladies to attract marriage minded men to overcome their dating challenges and start having dating success. So, if you are going out on dates, you're having conversations with men, you are saying to a man the things that you want in a man or the types of dates that you want to go on. And when you share those things, a man is agreeing with everything that you are saying, and he is saying that he is just that, and he is just agreeing and understanding you and just saying yes. And you feel like you can possibly have a connection with him. This is where I come in. I want to share with you to not tell a man everything that you want in a man, to not tell him every type of date that you want to go out on, because he can become all of those things to you. And so, if you are positioning yourself as a wife and you want to date a man who is husband material, if you tell him all the ways to get to your heart, but yet he is not actually producing and showing you with his actions, and he's not being consistent as far as his behaviors are concerned. You can be telling him how to sell you the dream and then become disappointed later. So if he's agreeing with everything that you're saying and he's just saying yes, 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 and he's becoming the yes man. Okay, like you have to allow a man to show you who he is. So, I want to share with you in this video how to know a man wants a wife, but he is not husband material. So, let's start off with number one is that he talks about commitment. He talks about marriage, but he doesn't give you a timeline as to when he will be ready for those things. So you're dating, you're getting to learn more about each other. You're assessing if the two of you are compatible with each other. And if you are a praying woman, you're praying to God and you're asking Him to show you signs that He is your future husband. So if He's comfortable with talking about commitment, if He's comfortable with talking about marriage, but He's not telling you about when He knows when that time is going to come, He may be actually a man that is selling you a dream, and he may be a man who knows how to talk about those things, but not actually produce those things. And as a woman, as you have been preparing yourself to become a wife, as you have been preparing yourself to make your heart ready for when your husband, your future husband, does come into your life, it can be a little disappointing because you may feel like he's been leading you on, or you may feel like he has the wording down packed. But when it comes to the actions and what that looks like, that is what a husband material man does. He is able to effectively communicate it. He can actually tell you about how he feels about those things, but he also tells you what it looks like. And then as a woman, you are actually able to see those things leading up to that point. And so in the Live Honey Love Dating Academy, this is what I share with ladies is don't get overly excited that a man says that he's a man of God. Don't get overly excited that a man tells you that he's ready for marriage. Don't get overly excited when a man tells you he wants the same things that you do, right? Because when a man does that, he can show you his representative, but you want to know that he can actually be a good producer by being a protector, a provider, and someone who can actually show you his receipts, as well as you being able to share with him your value as a wife material woman. Tip number two is that he is inconsistent with effort and with his follow through. So if you have been going out on dates with him and he's telling you things about his personal life, whether if it's his job or in his business, and he's telling you things as far as like things that he wants to accomplish, but then you notice the things that he told you that he wants to do, that he's not actually talking about those things anymore. And then if you get curious and you ask him, hey, you said that you were up for a promotion. And then he says, oh, yeah, about that. I had my performance review and maybe, that's not going to work out for me. But then, if you have a follow-up question to say, okay, so what is it that you can do to be considered for that next time? And so every man knows that he has to put in work and effort in everything that he does in life, not only with his job, not only in his business, but if a man wants something, he's going to show up with that effort. Same thing with you. You want to date a man that wants to put in the effort and the time and to show you that he can be the man that you want him to be, as far as like being a husband material man, because it's not just good enough that he wants to be married at some point. It's not just good enough that he wants a wife material woman. You want to date a man that wants to be a husband as well. And that includes effort, that includes a follow through. So if he tells you that he's going to do something, he should be able to do that. If you want a certain level of effort, that he should be able to do that. If you want to see that he can actually be a good producer as far as his personal life and his career or his business, you should be able to see those things. So it's not just good for a man to be able to talk about with you his goals, his dreams, and his inspirations, but it's also going to be important that he can actually show you that he has a plan, even if it's a delay in that plan, that he knows what he needs to do, because every husband material man, he is resourceful. So you want to date a man that is resourceful. You want to date a man who knows how to get the job done and who is not afraid to put in the work, as far as like when it comes to dating, when it comes to his work, or when it comes to things that he wants in life. So if he is inconsistent, if he is not able to follow through with the things that he says that he is going to do for you or even himself, he is showing you that this is possibly the way that it is going to be. So don't fall in love with a man's words. Don't just fall in love with how a man makes you feel because he's charming, he knows what to say, and he knows how to say it. Know a man by his fruit. Know a man by his actions, okay? So number three is that he wants emotional support from you, but he doesn't want to provide emotional support for you. When it comes to being a wife material woman, it is important for a woman like yourself to show a man that you can be a nurturer, you can be a listener, and you can be an encourager. And that is what a man is looking for. But here's what a husband material man provides. He also provides emotional support. He's a good listener. He's a good encourager. He's an effective communicator. So don't just think that, oh, I need to show my value and to show him that I'm a wife material woman and I'm going to provide all these things for him. No, he needs to be able to provide that emotional support for you as well. And when it comes to dating, I believe that one of the relationship and dating pillars for a woman and a man should be to date someone that is not only friendly, but that values friendship. Friendship is an art. Even with friendship, that takes work as well. So when you're dating a man and he wants a woman to listen to him, to be his cheerleader, and all these things, but he lacks being able to provide that for you, he wants a wife, but he's not going to show up as a husband material man. You want to date a man that knows that he wants a wife, but also too that he's going to show up as a husband material man, like today, right? And there are going to be things that is going to demonstrate that he can do those things, right? So when you talk to him, it's not just going in one ear and out the other. When you talk to him, it's like he provides stability for you, or he gives you great ideas, or he lets you know that he is listening to you. So you need that emotional support as well. And so many single women are going through life right now, and you're being who everybody else needs you to be. But when it comes to dating and dating a husband material man, you need to know that he can be a safe place and a good emotional support for you as well. Not only that, that he values friendship and he can show you that he values friendship as well. So when you ask him, so tell me about, your best friend, or tell me about the longest friendship that you have right now, like those things are going to be important to talk about when you're dating a man. To know if he is husband material and for him to display and for him to demonstrate that he can be a good emotional support for you as well. So when you're talking on the phone, when you're going out on dates, observe if he is actually listening to what it is that you're saying. Observe if he can pull things from your conversations and to talk about them and to talk about things that are important to you. Don't just give the keys to a man to your heart by telling him everything that it is that you want, but yet he can't be those things for you. And the only way that you are going to discover that he can be those things for you is by him initiating things, him displaying things, and him being consistent, and you being able to discern the sincerity and the authenticity within his character, right? So you just don't want to show up as a wife material woman, but you're not dating a husband material man. You don't want to date a man who just says yes to everything that it is that you say and says that he understands everything, but yet he doesn't demonstrate those things. The receipts are there, but you got to be looking for them. You got to be looking for the signals. You got to be looking for the signs. You got to be willing to have certain conversations. And this is what I teach single professional ladies as yourself is to how to date like a lady and to think like a wife. So you have to put on your listening ears. You have to see things with your eyes and to say, yes, this is how I want to be treated. But a man has to initiate things. Don't give him the keys to your heart. Let him initiate and show you that he wants to build something beautiful with you. And the way that he is going to do that is he isn't afraid of timelines. He isn't afraid of commitment. He isn't afraid of being consistent with you. Right? So if it's anything less than that, and also too, that he isn't afraid to show you that the things that you provide for him, that he can provide for you. I remember when I was a single woman and I was just trying to get advice from my mother, and she told me to date a man that's doing what you're doing or who has more than you. And I never did forget that. So when I got with my husband, I was able to really gauge how compatible we are, or we were when we were single up until we got married. And what I want to share with you is that you don't have to settle for less just because you want to be a wife doesn't mean the man that you're dating wants to be a husband. And really look for those husband material qualities. Really ask those in-depth questions and to see with his actions, can he show up for you just as much as you show up for him? Because what you don't want is to get into a one-sided relationship where you're giving, giving, giving. He's taking, 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 but he's not providing anything for you. That's not a healthy relationship. You want to be in a two-way relationship where you're giving and taking and you're sharing responsibilities within your relationship. And you feel like the two of you are actually building together. And he is providing the reassurance that you are making a good decision by being with him. And he is reassured that he is making a good decision by being with you. And the two of you truly feel compatible with each other. So stop dating men who say that they want marriage, but they aren't marriage material. Date a man who wants what it is that you want, but who is willing to be a man by initiating and showing you and demonstrating, and who has the receipts that you are looking for. If you are looking for live masterclasses, join Honey Love Dating Academy today so you can get the dating tools that you need to position yourself as a wife, to know what type of man that you should be dating, and to start having dating strategies that actually work. Put in the comments the dating strategy that you are going to start using today. And make sure you subscribe to Honey Love Dating Academy YouTube channel today. I'm Coach Honey Love. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Until next time, take care.